Here with Chicago Blackhawks General Manager of Minor League Affiliations, Mark Bernard. And Bernie, you blink, and all of a sudden, we're basically back into hockey season. Rookie tournament here this week. Kind of starts all over for you and the organization.
Yeah, it's been a very, very short summer, but you wouldn't change it for the world. Obviously, it was a great finish to last season, but now we're looking forward to this season, and it starts with our rookie tournament in London.
Now, most teams in the National Hockey League do a rookie tournament where they send guys, whether it's to London where the Blackhawks go. I know there's one in Michigan as well, but kind of talk about this in goals as an organization for these young guys that might not necessarily be in the NHL this year or next year, but it's a process, right?
Well, exactly. I think it's a great opportunity for these young kids to come in before the main camp and kind of get their feet wet. They play in some games. We'll play in 3 different games versus Toronto, Pittsburgh, and Ottawa in London. They get adjusted to the pro-style game because there are pros in the tournament that have played maybe a year or two. And it kind of gets them settled down a bit before they have to line up in a scrimmage game versus Patrick Kane or Jonathan Toews. So they get their nerves from underneath them, and they can just relax and play hockey by the time the main camp arrives.
And kind of the cool thing about the rookie tournament, it's more apples to apples. Not that they don't necessarily won't fit in when they get to the main camp, but you mentioned you have Kane and Toews and Hossa, those guys like that. Here, it's a lot of guys that are kind of wide-eyed, but they're all in the same situation, right?
Well, yeah, they could be facing off against a player that they played against the previous year in junior or college. So they are very similar type teams, and no one really stacks their teams with 4 or 5 year pros. Everybody's trying to get their players that they're developing some extra ice time, extra practice time, and this is something that we're allowed to do through the CBA and the NHL that most teams take advantage of. And like I said, it gives our pro scouting department, it gives our Director of Player Development, Barry Smith, a chance to come in and work with these guys, watch these guys, and we can give them helpful hints that'll help them going forward into the exhibition season and into their first year pros.
The team will play 3 games in London, couple practices, I know, kind of mixed in there. It doesn't seem like a lot of time for a team to kind of be together, but at the same time, it's got to be great for you guys as a coaching staff and as an organization to see guys get on the same page and get familiar with one another, right?
Well, that's exactly it. Some of these guys will know each other from the prospect camp, but some of these players may have never met, and they're going to be maybe teammates, whether it be in Chicago or Rockford here this year, and it gives them a little bit more bonding time. Guys like Deneau and McNeil that have been in Rockford a little bit, it gives them an opportunity to play with some of these new players that they maybe haven't seen, and there might be 6-7 of these players that are going to be here in Rockford this year. It gets them together early, they get used to each other, and hopefully some of that transcends onto the ice and here into maybe their play, whether it be in Chicago or Rockford.
Well, Bernie, welcome back to hockey season. It was a short summer, but I know it feels good to be back rolling. Thanks for the time here.
Thank you. Appreciate it.